If you can unlock growth revenue for a business, your value as a marketer increases. And the better you get at this, the more money you can command as a marketer, the more promotions you're going to get. Hello, my name is Moe Abbas, and I am the CEO of Acadium. Acadium is a place where you can launch and build a career. You can get work experience in digital marketing through an apprenticeship, working directly with a vetted business owner who will help guide you in a 3-month apprenticeship that's 10 hours a week, totally remote. Or if you have experience, you can come to Acadium as a freelancer and we'll help you find paid work. Today, I am talking about bridging the gap between sales and marketing. Now, a mistake that I see often with new marketers is they focus on marketing and branding and strategy, but they don't pay attention to sales. This is a huge mistake. You got to understand the point of marketing is to generate sales for a business. And if you're not tight with the sales team and the sales force and what's happening and how your leads are converting, you're not going to unlock your full potential as a marketer. And frankly, your growth trajectory is going to be very limited because businesses are savvy and they're going to spend and pay a lot more money for a marketer that can generate them revenue than a marketer who can just do things that market a business, right? So you always have to keep your eye on the outcomes of what you're generating. So let's talk about this for a second. A few examples. I've seen a ton of people who like promote on social media and they'll run some email marketing campaigns or whatever it may be. And they're not paying attention to how much, they're not even paying attention to how much leads they're generating. They're like, I don't know what I'm getting off this platform or this channel. I'm not tracking it. And they're leaving a lot on the table. There's a few problems with this. Number one is they don't know what their unit economics look like. They could be spending $10,000 in one channel that generates no revenue while spending $1,000 in another channel that generates $10,000 of revenue. And if they're not paying attention to how each one of these channels contributes to sales, they can't optimize their marketing spend. And this is very, very, very important. As a marketer, you need to understand the efficacy of each channel that you are prospecting in, whether that's content marketing, whether that's paid ads, whether that's creators, influencers, affiliates, or maybe it's SEO. You need to have a really good handle on, if I spend $1,000 here, how much revenue will that generate the business that I'm marketing? If you understand this, you will be worth your weight in gold. Literally, you can print money at that point. And this is where a lot of marketers falter, is they don't get deep into the sales. They don't get to the point where they're paying attention to what happens to this lead that I generated. A lot of them are even paying attention to generating leads in the first place. I asked them, I've interviewed thousands of marketers, and I asked them about their lead gen, and they're like, oh no, I actually don't really focus on lead gen. I'm like, well, what do you really do? What are you getting paid for, right? So as a business owner, I will tell you that the most valuable thing you can do as a marketer is generate sales for the business, right? So how do you do this? You need to understand the sales efficiency in addition to the marketing efficiency. Not all leads are the same. So if you generate 100 leads off, let's say, marketing on Instagram and 100 leads off marketing on LinkedIn, you may think, oh, I got 200 leads. So I'm good. But what if the LinkedIn leads have double the conversions? Well, that's the equivalent of 200 leads to 100 leads. This LinkedIn channel would be twice as efficient. It would generate twice as much revenue for the same work, right? So it's very important to talk to the sales team and ask them, how are the leads converting? And then look at the leads that converted into sales and then work backwards. Look at where did they come from? What did we do here? How much did it cost to generate those leads? So you have to have regular conversations with your sales team. I, as the growth lead, have a weekly meeting with the sales team and look at all their sales stats, because I know that whatever results they're getting is because of the leads that I'm generating them. And if I don't know how to optimize this, if I'm not in tune with that, then that could severely affect the business. For example, we've ran campaigns to get call bookings for our sales team. And those call bookings were getting a 70% answer rate, where 70% of the people were answering the phone call on those call bookings. And then we started, iterating, hiring more people, and that dropped to 50% on some channels. And if I didn't talk to the sales team every week, I wouldn't be aware that these changes that we did, these new channels that we're prospecting, have a horrible conversion. People aren't answering the phone call. It's wasting the sales reps' times. Their revenue is down. They can't take calls like they could sell because their calendar is full with people who don't show up to those phone calls. That's just an example, but related to call bookings, but that could be anything. It could be traffic to your website where you spend a ton of money from one source that's not as profitable as another source. You don't have to have a sales force. You can check, if you have an e-commerce brand, you can check to see how many people have converted, what the cart abandonment is. The average order value is another big one as well. Maybe if you're an e-commerce company, if you're prospecting to a certain ICP, it might have a higher sales value than another one. So it is extremely important to get very tight with your marketing. Meet them on a weekly with your sales and marketing. You should meet your sales team or look at your sales number on a weekly basis. You should be looking at the efficiency of all of your channels and then relating them to how much sales they generate. You will be shocked. I guarantee you, if you've not done this as a marketer, when the first time you run this exercise, where you look at your channels and then you cross-reference what sales were generated, you're going to discover some amazing things. And remember, if you can unlock growth revenue for a business, your value as a marketer increases. And the better you get at this, the more money you can command as a marketer, the more promotions you're going to get, because you're making the business money, right? And that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about growth of that business while maintaining the brand integrity. So that's the lesson, is to stay really tight with your sales team, with your sales channel, whether it's an e-commerce company, an automatic sales checkout, or whether you have a sales force. You need to have those conversations. You need to look at this data. You need to cross-reference those conversions by each channel. Don't be lazy. Don't generalize this. You have to cross-reference by each channel to see which one of these channels is getting me the most amount of sales. And what do? You double down on that channel. You double down again and again and again and again. And you keep monitoring the sales efficiency, because it will change. You can't double down forever. There's no channel that has infinite scale. Often when you contribute more resources, your efficiency drops in a channel. So you have to monitor this on a regular basis. Do this and you will increase revenues. And if you increase revenues, you increase your own growth potential. My name is Moe Abbas. I'm the CEO of Acadium, where you can get hands-on work experience in digital marketing, working with a vetted business during a 3-month remote apprenticeship. Wherever you are in the world, you can get this work experience. You can apply this theoretical knowledge directly in the real world, working with a brand in Acadium, which is totally free. Check us out, acadium.com, and good luck on your journey. Also, add me on social media. I actually am curious to see how your journey is going. You can send me messages at Real Moe Abbas on Twitter or Instagram. Have a great day.